to WRPB and WRPB Studios. Okay, so I am probably the worst violator of this scenario, and it is the reason, it just adds to the reason why you always need to use a professional. So if you were to walk outside the front of the front of my studio, you would see my car. It is really pretty dirty, and the inside is even worse. With me is Joe. How do you pronounce the last name?
Pisani.
Pisani.
Joe Pisani. Yeah.
And it's the detail guys?
PSL.
PSL.
The detail guys, PSL.
Okay, because we're in Port St. Lucie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm guessing that you detail.
Yes, I detail cars, vehicles.
Okay, so you do boats too?
I haven't done a boat. I haven't got the opportunity to do a boat, but I would love to do a boat.
Why'd you get into this?
Mainly my love for cars.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I love cars. I love my car.
What kind of car you have?
A Mazda 3. It's
Oh, do you?
it's not really the ideal work vehicle, but I'm making it work.
Well, my daughter drove a 5-speed Escort, old Escort, when she got her license.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she went to college, we bought her a Mazda 3. And she went to college in West Virginia, and that's on a hill. There's a lot of hills there. And there was a big rainstorm, and she had the car about a year, and it took the car down, and the car got totaled. So we bought her a Mazda 6.
Mm-hmm.
They're a great car.
They are reliable, very
yep.
reliable. Not a lot of room, but reliable.
Well, the 6 has more room.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Keep it in mind.
Mm-hmm.
But she consistently bought Mazdas.
Mm-hmm.
She was very happy with them. So you get into this because you love cars.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to walk out in front, your car would be perfectly clean?
Not on the inside, but on the outside. I always keep it shiny on the outside.
You know, it's funny because there's an old saying that says the shoemaker has holes in his shoes.
Exactly.
Okay? Because you spend so much time doing everybody else's stuff.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
So, all right, so you're doing detailing. You go to the people's houses?
I do. I'm mobile. Not yet completely mobile, but
Okay.
I'm working on a setup.
Okay, so not yet completely mobile, I'm going to guess because of water.
Yeah, water and power, basically.
Yeah, water and power. Yeah. And, you know, I started this industry, and I worked piece by piece until I got, you know, you just turned around and said, oh my God, this amazing green screen.
Mm-hmm.
It took years to get that wall done and
Mm-hmm.
the things that we have here. And we're always growing and always trying to get better stuff. So my question to you is, do you have any specific car that's like your turn on to do?
I would have to say the Kia Telluride is probably by far the easiest car I've done. That car it's an SUV.
Right.
It has so much room. The crevices are perfectly crafted to where you could fit a vacuum in there.
Oh, okay.
You could fit a drill brush. It is so easy to clean.
See, I don't even think that's something that we don't think about. Surely when we go buy a car, it's not even a thought.
Exactly.
But on top of that, do you have a car that's like what's your favorite car? If you had the opportunity to buy any car, what would you buy?
Any car?
Yeah.
Because I would probably buy a truck.
Would you?
I would.
What kind of truck would you?
It would probably be, well, right now, ideally for me, it would probably be a Chevy Colorado or a Toyota Tacoma.
Okay.
Because I've detailed a lot of those, and I enjoy detailing those.
And obviously they have enough room to carry everything you need.
Yes, and that's, at the moment,
That's one of your issues.
Yeah.
Right. So you decided to start this business. Did you get family support? Like I was told, don't be stupid, get a real job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's just a pipe dream.
I was told that a couple times. Not told, but inferred. So I didn't get a ton of family support, but my family was still supportive of it.
Now, is this? I don't know if this is gonna come out. Is this your new career, or is this something you're doing
At the moment,
as you go?
I
through
would
life?
like to make it a career, but at the moment I'm actually taking classes at IRSC for business management.
Well, that fits with
And-
what you're doing. You still need
yeah.
business management.
And in the next 2 years, I'd like to see where it takes me. If it takes off, if I keep working towards the goals I want to work towards, hopefully I can make it a career.
So, how many cars can you do in a day?
Usually, I do a lot of the times. My clients are first-time clients, first or second-time clients, and if I do a first-time client, it'll take me roughly between 3 and 4 hours to do a car.
Wow.
So, I've done 3 cars in one day, and that was probably pushing it because it got dark pretty fast.
Okay, is it pushing it because it got dark, or is it pushing it because your pep seems to go away too?
Pushing it because it got dark.
Okay.
I still had passion for the last car, but it was getting dark, and of course, when it gets dark, if you don't have proper lighting, one, it's hard to dry the car. It's hard to put. It's actually easier to put wax on, but I don't know. The way that I was doing it, that was back when I didn't have a ton of experience, but I just find when it gets dark, it's just hard to do everything else.
Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense. So, in order for you to do a car, it's got to be a place where somebody has water and electric.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What, like, I decide I want my car done. I call you up.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if I tell you what kind of car it is, you'll know how much it's going to run
Yes.
to do.
Of course.
Is there any kind of car that you don't like doing?
Minivans. Minivans are very hard to do.
Are they?
Not very hard, but usually they're the messiest. Minivans, like,
Because people
I've
have
done
kids.
a lot of minivans, and you would be surprised. You ever see leather seats where they're brown?
Yeah.
Those leather seats, they change color after I clean them, and they take the longest time to detail. I think I was on one minivan for 8 hours straight.
So, and these, because I'm old, these questions come to my mind. It seems like red cars the paint seems to peel the fastest.
I see it all the time.
Is there a way to kind of stop that?
Any kind of wax or paint sealant is the best thing for your car. Also, paint decontamination is also the best thing for red cars.
I never heard of that. What is paint decontamination?
Iron removal, clay bar to remove sediment built into the paint, which helps the wax and sealants stick better to the paint.
See, all my years I never heard of that. Is that so? Is that constantly a part of your detailing?
Right now, I'm just getting into paint decontamination, paint correction, and paint sealants.
Okay.
Well, paint sealants apart from wax. I always wax the cars, but paint sealants are a little bit different. They last a little bit longer, and they don't. Sometimes wax can polish. Sometimes waxes come with a polish. Paint sealants, you put on already perfect paint for the most part.
Okay, so you come to do my car.
Mm-hmm.
You do the outside first or the inside?
It depends on what time of the day. Because if I'm there early in the morning, I'll do the outside first because the sun's not high in the air. If it's in the afternoon, usually I'll do the inside first to let the sun start setting a little bit. Because the inside usually takes me 2 hours.
And
2.5.
all right, so let's talk about the outside. You wash and wax.
Yes. Every package includes, I don't want to say package because I don't offer packages,
Right.
but I kind of do offer packages per car. But every detail includes a wax and a window sealant on the outside.
Okay, so you do the wash and the wax and the windows, and I'm old, so you probably don't have much chrome anymore. And you do the tires?
Yes,
And the
of
wheels?
course. The tires always come out amazing.
Really?
Yeah. I have a really good tire cleaner and bug cleaner. The bug cleaner is the most important part because a lot of people, if you don't have the proper techniques to clean off bugs,
Right.
you'll still see them on there. And that's the one thing with going to a car wash. They don't get all the bugs off. They can pretend that they get all the bugs off, but usually they don't.
Okay, so I know I'm going to embarrass myself, but I actually when I was backing out of my driveway, I hit my own car.
Mm-hmm.
And I have
It happens.
a little scrape. But I think it's that kind of scrape that probably can be buffed out.
It probably could.
Okay.
If you
see
get
it's
a little
white.
scrape. Yeah.
It's-
If it's white and you can't feel it with your fingernail,
Right.
then usually it can be buffed out. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that was, I don't know how, what going through my mind.
It happens, yeah.
Okay.
I've seen it before. trust
Did you
me.
have you?
I might have done it to my own car a couple times. But, yeah.
Okay, so that's the outside. What do you do on the inside?
You get a thorough vacuuming. We take a drill brush to all the vacuums, and we actually have a carpet cleaner and like carpet bomber built into our drill brushing process. The carpet cleaner, we spray it on all the carpets and then drill brush, and that'll eat up any stains, any odors, and then we go ahead and vacuum all that. We clean all the cracks and crevices. The center console is usually always the dirtiest. So
I don't think it might cover it. Okay. I think. Oh, you know, I
in
don't
a lot
think
of cars,
it's
it
pretty
is.
dirty.
Yeah.
Well, I have a ton of papers and stuff in there. I somehow, don't ask me. When you open the door, there's a little thing there between the carpet and where it turns up. Somehow there's looks like there's potato chips or whatever, crushed potato chips and stuff like that.
It happens, yeah. The door seals.
Yeah, but where my biggest problem, I think, is the passenger seat on the driver's side, and it's cloth. Somehow it looks like it's stained, not a different color, just darker. Like it was almost like a dark circle.
Is it white cloth?
No.
Is it grayish cloth?
Yeah, it's.
That's the worst
Is
cloth
it?
to work with. Like
Why?
grayish, kind of whitish, because stains show up really easily on that compared to black cloth.
Maybe I mean, I drive the car every day and I never think about it. Do they come out? But can you get those things out?
Yes, of course. There's two different methods to getting stains out, dry extraction and wet extraction. Dry extraction usually is the easiest and it doesn't take as long and it'll get out surface level stains. That's where you spray a chemical on the seat and then take usually a drill brush to it and then just wipe it off, and that'll get out a majority of the stains that you can see.
Okay, and then of course you do the dash.
Yeah, of course, the dash
All the
gets
dust
wiped down.
and-
All the dust gets vacuumed up before, because usually I have this tip on my vacuum that I'll use to get all the dust out, and that just makes it easier to clean, because when you're taking a towel to a dusty dash, and then
Right.
say you go wipe down the center console, you might still get some dust on the center console.
Interesting. The windows.
That's a big part. If you don't do it right, a lot of people leave streaks.
Right.
And I'm guilty of that myself. And so I just recently implemented a water and alcohol solution to clean windows because it absorbs very fast compared to a lot of window cleaners that you can find in the store.
Okay, so on the outside of my car, when I wipe down the window, I use Rain-X.
That's awesome. I
Is
think
it-
everyone should use Rain-X, yeah.
And it's interesting because what happens when it rains, instead of the rain going on the window and dropping down, it actually goes up and almost comes off the window.
And that's really good for safety. I tell a lot of people, this is why I emphasize my window sealants, because it is extremely safe to have window sealants, and it's so much better to have window sealants because when it's raining and you're driving on the highway and you don't have any sealants on there, your windshield wipers could be going 100 miles an hour. You're still going to get sheets of rain coming down unless you have that window sealant.
All right, we're getting to the top of our time. How do people find you? You have a website?
I do. It's thedetailguyspsl.com.
And a
Simple
phone
as
number?
that. 561-275-8481.
So it was a pleasure.
It was an honor being here.
Everybody use a professional for a number of reasons. One, like for someone like me, it takes him 3 or 4 hours. Can you imagine what it would take me? And what I would pay him, I make more per hour, and I stimulate the economy by paying him so he has money. The time I don't have to do that, I can spend with my family or making money in what I know and what I do. So it's really important, in my opinion, to use a professional. And I always say it, and I'll say it one last time on this show. If you don't use a professional, expect to spend 5 times more money and 10 times more in frustration. Everybody, check Joe out. We'll be right back.